Today on Dirtnation Off-Road, we're reviewing our biggest power station yet. This is the Hiker U1500 from Powerness. Oh, let's get started. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode of Dirtnation Off-Road. So today we're doing a product review, and the product that we're reviewing is a power station. We're going to be looking at the Powerness Hiker U1500. In addition, we'll also be looking at the S200 solar panel. So I reviewed quite a few power stations over the past couple of years, most of them being some of the smaller to medium-sized power stations. This is going to be the first one where this is a big, large capacity battery with a lot of power behind it. So I'm pretty excited to show you guys some of the features of that. What are some of the cool things, and the fact that this is probably the first one that I would consider to be a legit home power backup, right? If your power goes out at your house, this might be a reliable option for you guys. We're going to talk about that. We're going to show you some home appliance stuff. We're going to show you some of the stuff that you can power with this and kind of see, you know, what are the limits? What can we do with it? So what we'll do first is we'll get into an unboxing. We'll talk about some of the specs. Then we'll take a closer look at the power station itself, show you some of the features, show you some of the buttons and all of that. Then I'll show you some of the situations that I've been using it, because I have been taking this out on some recent trips the past couple months, and I've been using it for a variety of different situations. You know, this thing's big, it's unwieldy, and that's fine and all, but it actually works very well in the right situation. So we're going to talk about some of that stuff, and then we'll wrap up with home appliances, all that, yada yada yada. Up first, inside the box, you'll get the power station, an AC power cable, and a car charger. You also have a user manual with instructions in a bunch of different languages. Taking a look at the power station, this thing is massive and it's backed up by some big specs. The Hiker 1500 has a capacity of 1536 watt hours with an output of 1500 watts. It's powered by a lithium iron phosphate battery rated at 3000 charging cycles to 80%, which means after those 3000 cycles, you'll still have 80% of the original capacity. The battery also has management system protections such as overvoltage protection, overload, over temperature, short circuit, low temperature, surge, and overcurrent protection. It's also UN 38.3 certified crash proof, so there's no fear of bumpy roads. Lastly, it weighs a hefty 37 pounds and has a 24-month warranty. Taking a closer look at the power station, this thing has a ton of ports, and they're all in the front. Going left to right, there's a DC input at 12 to 30 volts, input for a solar panel. Below that is a car charger at 12 volts. Then in the middle you have a display screen giving basic information such as remaining battery, current input, and indicators for what ports are being powered. Below that is USB ports, 2 USB-C ports. The left one is input and output at 100 watts, and the right one is output at 27 watts. There's also 4 USB ports, 2 with quick charge, 2 without. Below that is a light bar with 3 settings for brightness. And then on the right, there's 3 AC ports at 1500 watts, 120 volts, 60 hertz. And then on the top, there's a wireless charger and a carry handle. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to be testing out the power station with a variety of different household items, seeing how this would work as a backup generator in case your power goes out. Up first, let's keep it simple. We are going to make ourselves a cup of coffee. Turn that on. Coffee maker's on. Got our coffee. Let's put our mug. Look at that. It's pulling, what is that? 1343 watts as it heats up the coffee and does all that shenanigans. So you would only be able to make coffee for approximately 2 hours with this kind of battery, but it is pulling some serious power right now. So I think our max is 1500. So that's getting pretty close to it. Bam! Now I got myself a cup of coffee. Awesome. Okay, next, let's go with the toaster. Yes, I know my toaster's filthy. It's a dude's house toaster. Don't hate. Okay, toaster. Let's see. It's on. 275. 564. And right now, see, you guys can see I'm taking a look right here. I'm looking at the wattage because I want to see if it goes over. And if it does go over, it should have the necessary you know, software to stop the power station and not overload it. I think it can surge up to 3,000, but the max is 1,500. So right now we're pulling 821, 836, and that is hot. You can see right there. So it's looking like it's maxing out at about 850, so currently at 842. So at this current rate, we could use a toaster for 3 hours. Not too shabby. Next, let's do the NutriBullet. All right, power station, you ready? Wow! So 109. I'd say that's plenty of time to mince or whatever you're gonna do. Cool, we're good there. Similar item, but let's try it out. The food blender, or whatever this thing's called. Cool. Next, this one might kill it, but I have to see. We're gonna do the wired DeWalt grinder. Hope for the best. We'll blow up the house right now. No way! Okay, I'm impressed. Wow. All right, let's see what else we can find. Okay, I have a mini fridge right here. I'll take a photo of it. I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Let's plug in this mini fridge. Fridge is on, so it looks like it works. Compressor's running, but this thing is loud. She's cooling off. Next one is a fan. Okay, got a fan. And that's on the highest setting. So at the current power level, we could run this fan for 15 hours because it's pulling about 118, 17 watts. Next, let's see if we can hook up the television. What? Look at that. Okay. We have working television. Very nice. So right now it's actually powering the Chromecast as well as the television. The TV's pulling 76 watts, so you could run it for an entire day straight on the current battery. So Chromecast hooked up. Let's see, let's stream something. Is this gonna work? Pulling up YouTube right now. Let's see. No way.
Weeks ago, we had a
Look at that!
tropical storm in southern.
Current Fordyce video. You guys haven't watched it. What are you doing? We're watching it off the grid. It's 100% powered by the Powerness. Look at that. All right, let's see if we can double dip. I'm curious. The curiosity is freaking killing me right now. Okay, Nintendo Switch. Plugged in. HDMI 3. Well, would you look at that? We got working Nintendo Switch. Mario Kart! Hey! Who you guys fuck with on Mario Kart? Nah, actually I'm gonna go Lakitu. You guys following me here? Like, we're playing Mario Kart off of the Powerness power station. That's so cool. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna play a couple matches. Let's fucking roast some ass. Ah, I'm fucking rusty. guys got to give me a break here. I literally haven't played probably since I started Dirt Nation. Because I kind of gave up the video games and I started driving my own shit. Chupalewe! Alright, I'm not doing too terrible. I mean, pretty bad, but... Ah, that sucks. Ah, I got passed by Peach, bitch. You better fucking win, Dustin. Hurry up. Fuck you, Link. Alright, well that was a delight. I haven't played Mario Kart in years, and I'm glad I got to enjoy that with you guys. Fucking A. Alright, let's see what other household appliances. Now we gotta step it up a little, I guess, huh? Alright, this might be the one that does it over, but we're gonna see. Let's see if we can power the air conditioner. Okay. Here goes nothing. No way! Yo! Nope. Huh? Maybe? I mean, it turned it on. What the hell? Fucking AC's on. Excuse the mess. It's kind of on, but it's not really on. Still, the fact that it even powers this thing is saying a lot. I don't think it's fully on, though. I don't think the compressor's kicked on, because it's kind of blowing cold, but it's not really working like if it's plugged into the wall. Normally there's that secondary that AC does. It's not doing that. Well, cool. Moving on.
Next, let's talk about my experience using the U1500 outside the home, for office use, on the trail, camping, all that stuff. First, I found myself using this in the office quite a bit, charging basic items such as my computer, iPhone, iPads, GoPros, cameras, and it's been great doing all of that stuff. The only hiccup that I'll mention is a couple times charging the computer, the station would stop and require a reset. I'd have to turn it off, turn it back on again, and then it would work just fine. Now, since it happened those first couple times, I haven't been able to replicate that issue, so I guess no harm, no foul. While I'm at work, I usually keep this in the back seat, ready to charge whatever I need. Simple items like a cell phone or headphones, I don't really worry about that. But cameras, drones, computers, all that stuff gets charged up in the back seat as I need it to get charged. Now, where I found the most success using this is on the trails. Back in July, we had a night run, and most of the time it's difficult to record night runs because of the lack of light. Obviously. Well, I brought this out with some of my studio lights from the office, and this power station was the only one that I owned that was able to power these big lights. It made all the difference on this run. Also on the trail, I've used this to power my portable refrigerator, and this power station is fantastic for that. Recently, we had a trip out to Fordyce. This power station powered my fridge from Monday until Friday morning, still having 32% left when I unpacked. That's amazing, considering that, this whole trip, right, we're in the hot sun, I'm opening that fridge constantly, getting food out of there, getting drinks out of there, and we're rock crawling the entire time, so we're bouncing around with an open cab. So this power station did a terrific job of keeping things powered up, keeping my drinks and food cold, and just not self-destructing with all the shaking and dust and all of that stuff. Now, I'll use this trip to segue into the 200-watt solar panel because this panel put in some serious work on this trip. It was charging up all the other power stations that were dedicated to cameras, phones, GoPros, all that other stuff, while the Powerness was dedicated to the fridge. The solar panel is very straightforward to use. Inside the pouch, there's a little display screen and an input for your own USB cord. There's also a USB Type-C output and 3 different options for solar charging, allowing you to charge a variety of different power stations. Setup is easy. There's 4 panels to fold out with legs on the back to prop it up in whatever direction you need. The panel is rated for 200 watts of charging, but it really depends on sunlight. In my experience, I got 140 watts for a couple hours on a decently sunny day, which was enough to charge up one of the medium-sized power stations. I would say about 80% within like 4 or 5 hours. But with all that, I'm sure on a bright sunny day in the desert with no trees, nothing blocking, you could get 200 watts out of this, no problem. In all, I'll say this solar panel works very well, and it's the one I currently keep in the truck paired up with the U1500.
All right, I think it's about time we wrap up this one. We've been recording this video for the past couple months, so much so that like my other power stations have been getting kind of neglected because I've just been using this one, and that's all I've really needed to use because it doesn't run out of power. It's fast enough. I could charge all the different devices that I want to do, but whatever, you guys get it. I've already been pimping this thing out the entire video. I like this one. Now in conclusion, what I'll say is the Hiker U1500 I can highly recommend for anybody in the market for a big, beefy, durable power station. This thing is perfect as a backup for your home's power as well as taking out on extended camping trips. I'd say paired up with the 200 watt solar panel, this is the combo that you need right here. Now, because this thing's a little big and it's a little unwieldy, you know, having like a smaller little power pack for your cell phone or something like that definitely isn't a bad idea, but this thing will fill your needs. It definitely is filling my needs. So this is the one I'll be using regularly. I have it inside the truck at all times in case I need to charge my computer, if I need to charge drones, any of that stuff, I have it ready and available to go. But that's gonna be it for this power station review. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys are interested in checking one of these out for yourselves, I will have a link to the product down below so you guys can check it all out there. But that's gonna be it for this video. I wanna thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Patreon. Here's the shirts, hats, hoodies, and all the goodies. Dirtnation Offroad, BigCartel.com. Until next time, thank you guys. Let's get it.